Yo, guys, what is up? I know I did my hair nice this morning for you, didn't I? I told you guys I was gonna be making some videos, so here's me making some videos. I want to talk about Iowa State. It's a great duel. Oh yeah, if you haven't got your all in wrestling journal, go check it out. So Iowa State. Tom Brands, as the Iowa head coach, has never lost to Iowa State since Kevin Dresser has been there. He is. Um, he's been doing a great job. It's been getting closer and closer. But I don't think this year's the year. Look at the lineup. I think it could be close and competitive. I also think there's a chance it's a blowout for Iowa. I think, given the previous video I made on transfers and NIL and that, I think Iowa State probably needs to raise some money. I know Kevin Dresser's doing it. They got Bachman as a transfer. They got Carroll as a transfer. So they're getting a couple, but they probably need to get a couple more to keep up with the Hawkeyes. So, as an entire duel, I don't really feel like it's going to be overly competitive. Who knows? Could be wrong. But there are three matchups that I am really looking forward to. Number one, Drake Ayala, Evan Frost. Ayala obviously made the national finals last year. He's bumped up a weight. He's taken a loss at 133. Frost has been really tough. I actually wasn't super impressed with him coming out of high school, but he must be a grinder because he works hard. He's a really tough out. He scrambles really well. He's tough on top. He's kind of just hard to beat. He'll compete till the end of the match. So I think that's gonna be fun because both those guys wrestle so hard and they both are really, really tough. Can kind of see where Ayala is in the pecking order at 133, and if he loses this match, also he in my opinion will be bumped down to like low AA to possibly blood round status, which could be a huge negative for Iowa when you had him getting national finals points last year. Second one, Jakori versus Panero. So Panero, I don't know if you guys remember this, but 2 years ago, so remember last year he had kind of like the gambling thing where they made him sit out, and it was pretty much shenanigans. But they did make guys from Iowa and Iowa State sit out. So 2 years ago, Panero was on fire. He beat Austin Gomez, I believe, maybe the first match of the year, if not one of the first couple. He went to overtime with Yanni, and we're like, oh my god, this guy's ridiculously good. He kind of petered out a little bit down the stretch. There was maybe some implications that it was weight cut related. He was at 149 pounds. He's now at 157. But he is really tough and can kind of wrestle everywhere. Also, not overly offensive, and his weakness has been his gas tank. Jakori is not going to push the pace on him. Jakori is equally tricky. No, I would say more tricky, actually. Jakori is tremendous in scrambles. Really, really creative and fantastic wrestler. So I think this one's going to be fun. I do think it'll be not a ton of action. Or I should say, I think the action will come in flurries. When the action happens, I think it'll be fast and furious, but there may be some standing around the middle. But I'm curious to see how Panero does up at 157 because a couple of years ago we had such high hopes for him. And the last one I am really interested to see is Younger Bastida versus Ben Keeter. Now, Younger Bastida had an amazing year last year, had a not so great NCAA tournament. But if you remember, I think we were talking about an FRL. Hey, maybe this is the guy that could beat Greg Kerkvliet. I think we all ended up picking Mr. Greg Kerkvliet, but we thought it was going to be really competitive. We thought it was going to be a really, really good match. So Bastida is really a beast, and Ben Keeter it appears is taking wrestling serious as his number one sport for the first time, maybe ever. Right? He was a very good football player. He's always played football. Played football as a freshman for the Iowa Hawkeyes, and then after making a junior world team this year, said, "Hey, I'm going to take this one serious," and really has been putting in time. I am curious to see where his level of improvement is because as a freshman last year, when he was putting in kind of like, say, putting in half the time, or it wasn't really putting it all the way in. He wasn't overly impressive, and he was a little bit small for the weight class. So has he grown? And what has his commitment to wrestling done for him? I think these are three really good storylines for the Iowa State Cyhawk duel. I don't think Tom Brands takes his first loss against Iowa State. So Kevin Dresser, you're doing a great job, but maybe next year. All right. Peace.